before starting the whole video, like what I have been experiencing this with this phone, can I just say this is such a pretty color and pretty phone. So as many of you know that I have been using the iPhone 17 Pro Max since it has been launched. This is such a great device. I love this phone so much. When I wanted to explore something in the market, I was like, you know what, let me just go for Google Pixel 10 Pro because like it has such a pretty color. Like this is the moonstone. I love this color so much, and it changes the shades as you put it in different lighting. And then there's also jade. I know there are like 4 different colors. They're all so pretty. So whenever I say that I actually want to switch it from iPhone 17 Pro Max to like Google Pixel 10 Pro, that means that at least for a few weeks I will not be using the 17 Pro Max. So that's exactly what I did. I bought this one, Google Pixel 10 Pro, about like a week or so, and then I have been using it since. I have not been touching my 17 Pro Max, which was the hardest. Like I would say the first 48 hours was the hardest because I have been using Apple like iPhones since iPhone 6, and I still have my iPhone 6, which is crazy, and it still works. Can you imagine? And there is always that, like, you know, like I would say disagreement, that yeah, Apple is great, and then Android, people says Android is like good too. And when I got this bad boy out of the box, the first thing that came to my mind that it feels and looks really, really premium. Like, you know how like some phones that you open and then they just looks cheap, they give you cheap vibe. That's not the case with this phone. In your hand, it is very, very comfortable. And when we talk about the display, of course, like it has the 3000 nits of brightness, so it works amazing. Just like the iPhone 17 Pro Max, it also have the 3000 nits of brightness, so that is equal. And then they work great. It works great in the outside, because sometimes I just have to shoot outdoor content, so I need to see the screen and everything. It works perfectly fine. I didn't feel like I'm downgrading. I felt like I have made like a great choice. So that was my first impression though. Like I was so happy with the design, with the color, and then also with the display. Like everything is just, the colors are amazing when you watch a video or everything. Let's talk about the switch. How was that experience? So including myself, anybody who's coming from any other ecosystem to the Android, it feels scary. It feels like it's going to be time consuming, which it is. I'm not gonna lie, it takes time. But I was like, I have been using iPhone 17 Pro Max since last year when it launched, and I have so much stuff on this phone. I fully rely on this phone, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna lose stuff, this and that. But then I got to know that Google has recently launched a switch to Android, which makes like so much easier. And you can just like, all your photos and everything can be like, you know, transfer easily. Like you can do it with the cable or with the Wi-Fi, like, you know, like you have both options. And it took like almost like 30 to 35 minutes to transfer everything. And it was, I would say it was easy, but I felt like I didn't check it like properly, but I feel like I have lost some of the data, which what I was scared of. So I don't know if I made some mistake when I was using that app, or I don't know, it's because of me or it was too much data, I don't know. But I was just like so eager to just grab my iPhone and like start using it. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna give it a try, like at least 2 weeks, if not more than that. But a few of the things that I have noticed is I miss FaceTime, I miss iMessages, I miss the AirDrop. I know there is a Share It, but I miss AirDrops so much, because like I have a MacBook, I have an iPad, I have iPhones. It's just like the whole I have the same ecosystem, and it's so much easier to just like transfer the videos here and there and just AirDrop it, you know what I mean? And now I have like one Android phone in my whole house, and it has been quite a challenge to be like sharing stuff and like, you know, transferring here and there. And then of course I have AirPods, and like, yeah, you can connect it to it, like you can connect to it, but you will also lose some of the Apple specific features, and which is like, darn it. Like, so this is what, you know what, I was actually thinking about it. Like if I switch the phone or the ecosystem, it's like the companies are forcing me to buy the other things from them too. Like, okay, like it's been 6 out of 10. It's not the most seamless switch, I would say. It is kind of. Let's talk about the Gemini AI. Hi, Gemini.
Hello, how can I help you today?
So I'm trying to make this video on my YouTube and I spent almost like 5,000K, but I'm not getting the views.
Wow, that is a significant investment. It's definitely frustrating when you put so much effort and money into something and don't see the results you.
I was so excited, but let me tell you the type of person I am when it comes to AI. I absolutely love AI. I think in some ways, if you use it like correctly, it makes your life so much easier. But I also like to have a control over my phone. You know what I mean? I don't want the overly like AI is overly manipulating my phone. I do not like that. But however, with the Apple Intelligence, it is quite subtle. It is really polished, I would say. Like, it's not overly done. It is very much like if you have came from the Android and you are using an iPhone now, like an Apple product, it is a very, very subtle. Okay, when it comes to the Google Pixel Gemini, they're like with the live conversation, like that is amazing. I love that feature. Love that it can also do the live translation. I love that feature too. It comes handy like if I'm traveling, I don't understand the menu, I don't understand like what the boards are saying or anything of that sort, it will help me so much. I felt like personally it's too much AI when it comes to Google Pixel 10 Pro, and I know some people would really enjoy having that. I, on the other hand, not so much. Anyway, so let's talk about the camera. And the camera is something where I spend most of the time, so I can tell you a thing or two. So with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, of course, it's the 48 megapixel front camera, and I love the camera of 17 Pro Max when it comes to videos, when it comes to like photos, anything of that sort. The camera of Google Pixel 10 Pro, I really enjoy working with it. The main camera is 50 megapixel, the front camera is 42 megapixel. It has the 5 times zoom as well. One thing that I really enjoy with this one is the nighttime shooting. I think it takes things on the next level. If you are somebody who enjoys to shoot at a nighttime, taking pictures at nighttime, imagine yourself going to the downtown streets and taking pictures. I love it. I live in a downtown and it has been easy for me to just experiment on that. I feel like when I'm trying to take a picture, I don't know if this is just my experience or somebody else is having it too. Like when I'm taking a picture with the front camera, the picture looks different while I'm taking it, but then the processing happened and it looks like a different like in my images, and I do not enjoy that. I was missing making content and taking pictures with my iPhone 17 Pro Max because, as I said, like they're slightly sharper than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And I know here people comes like, oh yeah, like, you know, she loves her Apple like iPhones and that's why. No, this is like something that I have experienced and it's okay. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad camera. It's not. It's really not, honestly. Like when it comes to content and all that, I just do prefer a little bit subtle, not too sharp images and like overly processed, I would say. Let's talk about the performance and the battery. Battery is something I take very serious with every device. And if the battery life is not that great, I would not keep that device. Just because I have like a battery anxiety, I would say. Like, I want to have a phone which can at least last me like at least like 12 to 13 hours without charging it, and that's not much to ask when I'm paying so much to have that device, okay? And however, with the Google Pixel 10 Pro, the battery life is not that great, not at least in the real life. You know, everything looks good in the numbers or specs, but when it comes to real life, there's always a little bit different story. So that is exactly the case with the Google Pixel 10 Pro. If I'm doing the heavy stuff on it, like I'm using it and, you know, it lasts barely like 6-7 hours, I would say. That like in 2026 is pretty low. When they're coming with the next phone, maybe they can do a little bit better. So the Google Pixel 10 Pro has the Tensor G5 chip, and this chip is fast. It's improved from their previous chips. This phone runs really, really cool. There's no heating issues. And with the 16 GB of RAM, you know that like it will hold the apps for you. Like you can open dozen apps like at the same time and go back and forth. And this is not gonna be like hanging on you. It's not gonna be slowing you down. Look, like you can put it on a charger and then be on a call, doing the social media editing. Like you can do multitask on this phone, and it's gonna be the same speed. It's gonna be like really fast, efficient. Because I was like, this phone is fast. It can handle anything I throw at it. I'm gonna tell you about what I miss about the iPhone. I miss like the overall ecosystem, I would say. I miss the subtle AI. I miss using my Apple Watch with it, my AirPods with it, my MacBook with it, my iPad with it. I'm enjoying using the Google Pixel 10 as well, because I'm so proud of myself that I actually like gave it a try, because I was like, no, the Switch is gonna be hard, and like first 48 hours are critical, I would say. Like you're gonna have a hard time, but eventually you will be more like used to it, and it also depends how bad you want to be like give it a try. I probably will make a video on the 3-month experience, because by that time I will know like how this phone works and if it's still working for me or not. So I will see you in the next video. Till that, bye.